Good morning, everybody. Good morning, it's JPR, and today we're going to talk about yesterday's news. I'm sorry, that seems to be a trend now, where we got some magazine scans for some upcoming Pokemon Sun and Moon episodes, and I have to say, they are actually pretty hype. Like, even if you're not a fan of the Sun and Moon anime, this is some really good stuff right here. Not only does it have details on the upcoming Team Rocket vs. Team Skull episode next week, but it also has details on a brand new episode, episode 27, Come Forth, Lycanroc with a Crimson Look. And that, of course, will be Gladion's debut episode. Now, there's also an alternate translation for this title. Most of the titles have some debate over what the actual translation is. I saw one of the translations was like, "Get out, Lycanroc with the red eyes," or something like that. And I was like, man, I really hope that's real because it has Gladion's infamous quote in there, "Get out." But I haven't really seen that around today, so I don't think that's the actual title. I think the one that says, "Come Forth, Lycanroc with the Crimson Look" is the actual translation. But needless to say, a lot of people are hyped up because we are finally getting our first look at Gladion in the Sun and Moon anime. But before we get to that, let's talk about the info that is on the actual magazine. It says, tough new opponents appear for Satoshi one after another. Lessons at the Pokemon School may be fun, but when your Pokemon trainer battles come first. Here is a presentation of the tough opponents surrounding Satoshi. Opponent number 1, Team Skull, the Ruffians of Alola. Opponent number 2, Team Rocket. And opponent number 3, a mysterious new trainer. A showdown between two of the opponents has begun, Team Skull and Team Rocket. With the two evil organizations fighting each other, could this mean that peace will finally come to Alola? The two evil organizations' target is the Darkium Z. The Darkium Z is spotted in a Rattata nest guarded by the totem Raticate. If they have a Darkium Z and a Z-Ring, they can perform superpowered Z moves to their heart's content. How will the scramble for the crystal go? Fight for the Crystal, Team Rocket vs. Team Skull airs on May 4th. Now, this episode is very interesting for a couple of reasons. First of all, I love the episodes where Team Rocket goes after the other teams, like when they pick a fight with them. The first one is always the best one in my opinion. I just love seeing Team Rocket meet these teams for the first time. And it's going to be very intriguing now that Team Rocket actually has their own base in Alola, because that's something they've never had before on their side. In addition to that, they also have Beware on their side, so if Beware gets involved in the battling, holy crap, I feel very scared for Team Skull. Now, a lot of people have already pointed this out, but Team Rocket can't exactly use the Darkium Z, so why do they want it? The only Pokemon that could use it is Mimikyu, because Mimikyu learns Feint Attack, but as of right now, it doesn't actually know that move. So my theory, either they're going to send the Darkium Z to Giovanni himself, or it may actually be for Beware. Now, we haven't seen any of Beware's actual moves yet, but I can probably assume that it knows the move Brutal Swing, seeing as how that move is almost exclusive to Beware by leveling up. And my god, I can't even imagine Beware using a Z move. Like, if that particular Beware uses Black Hole Eclipse even once, then, like, all of Alola is gone. Have you seen how OP that thing is? That Beware is literally the Chuck Norris of Pokemon. But then again, Team Rocket doesn't actually own the Beware, so I'm not sure how that would work out. Maybe they can use it anyway. I don't know, anime logic, that's a thing. But needless to say, that is going to be a very entertaining episode, and I cannot wait for that next week. Now let's move on to the elephant in the room, and that is Gladion's debut in the Sun and Moon anime. Personally, I like how Gladion is coming a couple weeks after the Team Skull stuff is over with, because that kind of separates him from the group a little bit. Maybe he's not exposed right off the bat for the main characters like Lily and Ash. Another important thing to note here is that Gladion does not yet have Type Null on his team, or if he does, then he's not showing it off yet. And this actually has a lot of people in a bad mood. They're like, oh wow, they brought Gladion in, but he doesn't have Type Null. Wow, what a wasted opportunity. And honestly, I think we're just gonna have to be patient with that. I don't think that Type Null and Nebby are in the anime yet, because that is gonna be a lot of, like, backstory to explain. Like, think about in the games, how long it took them to explain the backstory of Type Null and Nebby throughout the entire game. Like, they probably don't want to do that in the anime, because that would just bore everybody to death. So instead of having a crap ton of flashbacks, I can understand why they might be saving Nebby and Type Null for later on. So instead, Gladion's main Pokemon are Umbreon and Lycanroc Midnight, and apparently Lycanroc Midnight is going to be having a battle with Ash's Rockruff, because apparently Ash's Rockruff is very interested in evolving. We can see in the first scan here that Gladion does have the Rockium Z, and in the next scan we can see that he will indeed be using Continental Crush during the battle. Now, one thing to keep in mind in this episode, a lot of people are already saying that it's confirmed that Rockruff will become Lycanroc midday during this episode because of this particular scan, but if you look in the background, you can see the Fight Club Pokemon from before, so this is probably a flashback and not a scene from the new episode. Also, you can see that the background does not match up with the other scenes where Ash is battling Gladion. Also, it is super cool that Gladion has Ultra Balls in the anime because Ultra Balls have actually only been seen once before, and that was in the XY factory filler episode, I believe. Yeah, believe it or not, these Ultimate Pokeballs are actually incredibly rare to see in the anime. So what do you guys think about these scans? I am incredibly hyped for both Team Rocket versus Team Skull and of course Gladion's debut. I hope both of these episodes bring us some really good stuff, and there's also a good chance that I'll be reviewing both of them. Drop a like down below if you enjoyed, subscribe for more videos like this, and I'll see you guys next time!